But first, as we do every Thursday around this time, we're off to the movies. James Luxford is here again from Stratford-upon-Avon, movie critic for the Radio Times and the Metro newspaper. How are you, James?
I'm not too bad, how are you?
Very good indeed, sir. Good to see you. Thank you very much indeed. What are we starting with this week?
We are starting with A Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood, an Oscar-nominated drama about a journalist whose outlook on life changes when he meets the beloved children's TV host, Mr. Rogers, played by Tom Hanks.
Hello, neighbor. Mr. Rogers, I'm here to interview you.
It is so nice to meet you.
You okay?
Profiling Mr. Rogers.
Boyd, please don't ruin my childhood.
This piece will be for an issue about heroes. Do you consider yourself a hero?
Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood. What's it like?
Well, to give some context to UK viewers, Fred Rogers was a children's TV host in America, and for generations, for about, I believe, 40, 50 years, he hosted Mr. Rogers' Neighbourhood, which was a children's theme show which talked about things like grief and mental health and lots of other things in a child-friendly sort of format. And
which we're seeing more now of, but back then would probably he'd have been a groundbreaker.
He's a pioneer, I think, and very much beloved. And it's about this genuinely good human being. And I thought this is a really uplifting film. One of the poster quotes for the movie said, "This is a movie we need right now." And I think with so much in the world where people are divided, there is something about a movie that teaches you the value of kindness. And that's, Tom Hanks in the middle of all of that. It just is such a warm character who everyone, I think, in some shape or form kind of loves Tom Hanks or has warm feelings towards what he's done in the past.
Whether it's Forrest Gump or Big or, Saving
Apollo
Private
13.
Ryan. Indeed, you can list them, can't you?
And it's a beloved character playing a beloved character, because he isn't physically like him, but he does sort of have the spirit of that character. And just a really warm, really uplifting film.
Good stuff. Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood. From that to something I don't actually know a lot about. Queen and Slim. What's this?
Yes, it's a hard-going drama about a couple on a Tinder date who go on the run after killing a racist cop in self-defense.
Failed to execute a turn signal back there.
I'll go ahead and ask you to step out of the vehicle for me. Could you please hurry up?
What did you say?
It's just cold.
Get on the ground! Keep your hands where I can see
Why is he under arrest?
Get back
What
in
is
the
your
car.
badge number?
Chill, just chill!
I'm reaching for my cell phone!
Now let's go.
Cop killers! Cop killers!
It was self-defense.
Wow. Sounds really dramatic.
I mean, it is a movie that gets hard-going from the get-go and just drags you along with it. Incredibly well shot, incredibly well acted. Jodie Turner-Smith and Daniel Kaluuya, who you may remember from Get Out, he was a star of that. They play the couple, and it's hard to believe that you could form this couple who've just met on Tinder can form such a strong bond, but they really make you believe that. And it's a Bonnie and Clyde tale after a fashion, but it is also a comment on race in America. Everyone they meet has to make a decision. Did they do it? Were they in the wrong? Was the cop in the wrong? And that's usually motivated by their own experience of race in America. So it's a really important message and a really well-made film. It is not the most it's not an uplifting film.
Antithesis really to Beautiful Day in the Neighbourhood.
Yeah, but you will be thinking about it for a while after, I think.
Okay, Tinder has a lot to answer for, really does. I mentioned this, the third movie, a little bit earlier on, because it's a new Clint Eastwood film, but it's not without controversy, is it? Richard Jewell.
Yes, it's Clint Eastwood directed this drama based on the true story of a security guard hailed as national hero who is then accused of being a terrorist.
Richard, you're a national hero now.
Thank you, sir. But I was just doing my job.
You always look at the guy who found the bomb, just like you always look at the guy who found the body.
Jewell fits the profile of the lone bomber.
A frustrated white man who is a police wannabe who seeks to become a hero.
We're running it.
probably worth just giving a bit of background to this, James.
Yeah, this is a true story from 1996. We remember the Atlanta Olympics. There was a bomb discovered at a concert celebrating the Olympics, and this is about the man who found it, Richard Jewell, real-life person, initially held as a hero, and then suspected of being the bomber, kind of the hero theory, the hero bomber theory, and it's a very interesting story. It is supposed to be about how sort of ordinary actions can be construed by the media, by the authorities. I think there's too much, perhaps, of a focus on that latter two, and you sort of feel, I love Clint Eastwood, and it's really, really hard for me to say this. I feel it's too much of his own personal politics focused on that, particularly in the portrayal of a journalist by Olivia Wilde. This was a real person who died in 2001, and her colleagues have said there's several scenes in it where she's shown doing unethical things to get sources, and it just didn't happen. Okay. So I think an interesting story, well acted. Sam Rockwell is terrific as the lawyer who takes on Richard Jewell's case. I just think it gets distracted from the man it's profiling.
Okay, good to see you, James. Appreciate your time as ever this week, and you can read James's reviews in the Radio Times and the Metro newspaper every week, and of course here every Thursday on BBC Coventry and Warwickshire.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire Travel.
Minute to 5 is Erica.